Hey everyone, welcome to the English Leap podcast. I'm Jennifer, your host.
And I'm Daniel. We're so glad you're here today.
Today's topic is really exciting. We're talking about building wealth.
Yeah, building wealth. It's something we all think about, right?
Exactly. Whether you want to save money or invest, it's important.
And the best part? You'll learn new vocabulary while having fun.
That's what we're all about. So Daniel, let me ask you something.
Sure, go ahead.
When did you start thinking about saving and building wealth?
Oh, that's a great question. Right after college, actually.
Really? What happened?
I got my first job with a steady income. But after a few months,
What?
I realized I wasn't saving anything. I was spending everything.
Oh, wow. That's so relatable. Yeah, I checked my bank account and thought, whoops, I need to be smarter.
I totally get that. For me, it was when I wanted to buy my first car.
And you didn't have enough savings?
Exactly. That's when I made a plan to start building my finances.
See, that's the thing. Building wealth isn't just for the super rich.
Right. Anyone can do it, little by little.
We'll share some ideas today that can help anyone, no matter where they are.
Oh, and don't forget about the PDF for today's episode.
Yeah, it has all the vocabulary and extra tips we'll talk about.
Just click the link in the description. Now, let's start with a question.
What's the question?
What does wealth really mean? A lot of people think it's just income.
Right, but wealth is much more than just your salary.
Exactly. Wealth is about what you save, invest, and build over time.
It's about accumulating assets like stocks, bonds, and real estate. Exactly. Things that can grow in value and help your future.
A lot of people confuse income with wealth, you know?
Yeah, you can earn a lot of money but still not be wealthy.
If you're spending everything you earn, you're not building wealth.
Right. When I started my first job, I had a decent salary.
But you weren't saving anything?
No, I wasn't. I thought having good income meant I was doing fine.
I was the same way. I spent my entire paycheck without thinking.
Yeah, just because you have the money doesn't mean you should spend it.
One day I looked at my account and had nothing left. It was a wake-up call.
Exactly. And that's where financial goals come in, right?
Oh, yes. If you don't have a plan, it's easy to just spend money.
I remember setting my first financial goal. It was to save for a car.
How did that help you?
I had to think about how much I needed and how long it would take. It gave you something to work towards.
Exactly. Financial goals give you direction and purpose.
Whether it's saving for a vacation or buying a house.
Right, or even retiring early. Clear goals keep you focused.
When I was paying off my student loans, I set small goals along the way.
Oh, that's smart. You broke it down?
Yeah, I'd pay off one loan at a time. It felt less overwhelming.
That's a great point. Sometimes big financial goals feel out of reach.
So you break them into smaller, achievable goals.
Right, like starting an emergency fund with just $500.
Then you build from there. It feels much less stressful.
Exactly. Building wealth is like building brick by brick.
Once you have those goals in place, one of the best ways is investing.
Oh yes, saving is important, but investing is how your money works for you.
There are so many ways to invest. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate. I started with mutual funds because they felt safer.
That's a good approach. I was nervous about investing at first,
Yeah, it can seem scary when you don't know much about it.
but we started small with my retirement account. Then I learned more.
And over time, you got more comfortable?
Yeah, it's amazing how your money can grow with small contributions.
Right. Even tiny amounts add up over time.
Speaking of being consistent, debt can really derail wealth building.
Oh, that's true. Credit card debt is a big problem.
It's easy to fall into, but hard to get out of.
I learned that lesson the hard way with my first credit card.
What happened?
I didn't think about the interest. I just kept swiping it.
And the balance kept growing.
Yeah, I was only paying the minimum each month. The interest added up so fast. How long did it take to pay off?
Years, actually. I wish I'd been smarter about it.
Now you manage credit differently?
Absolutely. I only use credit if I can pay it off by the end of the month.
That's a great habit. Credit cards can be useful for your credit score.
But only if you manage them carefully.
Exactly. Paying them off every month helps you stay on track.
And avoiding high-interest debt keeps you focused on wealth building.
Speaking of staying on track, here's a great tip for you all.
What's that?
Automate your savings and investments.
Oh, that's brilliant. How does that help?
When I set up automatic transfers to my savings account, it became so easy.
You don't have to think about it?
Right. The money's already gone before I can spend it. So your wealth builds in the background without you worrying.
Exactly, and you stay consistent with your savings goals.
That's awesome. Another important principle is living below your means.
Yeah, that's the foundation of building wealth, right?
Definitely. It's about spending less than you earn.
But that's harder than it sounds in today's world.
Why's that?
Online shopping, credit cards, it's so easy to overspend without realizing.
I remember when I got my first raise, I wanted to treat myself.
New clothes, a nicer car?
Exactly. But then I realized I was just spending more instead of saving.
That's called lifestyle inflation, right?
Yes, your expenses grow as fast as your income does.
And that stops you from saving and investing the difference.
Right. That's how wealth actually grows. It's not about living like you're poor, though.
No, it's about being smart with your money.
For example, I stuck with my reliable old car for years.
And you invested the money you would have spent on a new one?
Yeah, and over time, those savings really added up.
That's a really smart choice. Another thing that helps is having multiple streams of income.
Oh, that's important. You don't want to rely on just one paycheck.
Right, if something happens to your job, you're in trouble.
I started a small online business as a side hustle.
Really? How has that worked out?
It's been great for bringing in extra income and feels more secure.
You're not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. I know people with rental properties, stock investments, freelance work.
There are so many ways to earn extra money these days.
And starting a side hustle is easier than ever now. Because of technology?
Yeah, you can sell products online, do freelance work, or create passive income.
Like investments?
Right. There are so many opportunities if you look for them.
And once you see the benefits, it motivates you to think bigger.
Absolutely. You start looking for more ways to grow your wealth.
That ties into something really important, your mindset.
Oh yes, mindset is crucial for building wealth.
How so?
Building wealth isn't just about the numbers, it's about how you think.
Can you explain that?
If you believe you can grow your wealth, you'll stay focused on your plan.
But if you think you'll never have enough money?
Then you put up mental roadblocks that stop you from trying.
That makes sense. Your mindset can help or hurt you. I used to think wealth was only for rich people.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it wasn't something I could achieve.
What changed?
I started learning about personal finance and set small goals.
And you realized it was possible?
Exactly. Anyone can build wealth, no matter where they start.
It just takes time and the right habits.
A growth mindset is so important. You have to believe in yourself.
Even when progress is slow?
Yeah, building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint.
You have to stay patient and keep going.
Right. Another part of the right mindset is not being afraid to take risks.
What kind of risks?
Investing, starting a side business, buying property, they all involve some risk. But if you don't take calculated risks, it's hard to grow wealth.
The key is to educate yourself and start small.
Make smart decisions along the way.
Exactly. And mistakes are part of the journey too.
They are?
Sometimes you'll make a bad investment or lose money.
That happens?
Yeah, but that's okay. You learn from those mistakes.
And you keep moving forward?
Right. That's how you build a solid financial foundation over time.
Great advice. Now let's bring in Charlotte for the vocabulary breakdown.
Charlotte is our vocabulary expert. She'll explain keywords from today.
Thanks for being here, Charlotte. What's the first word?
Can you give an example?
Great. What's next?
Why is that important?
What about financial goals?
Like saving for a house?
What's credit score?
Why does that matter?
Very useful. What about mutual funds?
And it invests in stocks and bonds?
What's real estate?
Can it help build wealth?
What about lifestyle inflation?
And that's bad for saving?
What does multiple streams of income mean?
Why is that important?
And passive income? Like rental income?
What's automating savings?
So you don't have to think about it?
What's an emergency fund?
How much should you have?
What about growth mindset?
That's important for wealth building.
What are calculated risks?
Like investing in the stock market?
What's a wake-up call?
Like seeing your empty bank account?
What does put all your eggs in one basket mean?
Like relying on just one source of income?
What about brick by brick?
Like small savings and investments? What does in the background mean?
Like savings growing automatically?
What's the snowball effect?
Like compound interest?
What does derail mean?
Like debt derails wealth building?
And what about on track?
Like paying off your credit card monthly?
Charlotte, thank you so much. That was incredibly helpful.
Expanding your vocabulary is such an important part of improving your English.
Absolutely. That brings us to the end of today's episode.
Don't forget to download the PDF with all the vocabulary and exercises.
We hope you enjoyed learning about building wealth today.
Make sure to leave us a comment and give us a thumbs up.
Subscribe for more episodes. We'd love to hear your feedback. We'll see you next time. Keep building that wealth.